But you Caravan of Himalaya, it's called Himalaya. It's called Caravan in Japan and in Nepal, I think, and it's called Himalaya. Yeah. So anyway, Thinle, I told you the story. Thinle one day said to me after seeing the Seven Samurai, he said, "You make books." I had made 1 or 2 books about Dolpo, and I think I had done a National Geographic article on Dolpo. Thinle was a very dear friend of my family. He was a grandfather to my kids in many ways. Because he stayed, not only he stayed with me for many months in Kathmandu, in Bisalnagar, but he stayed with us also in Paris. He came to Paris. And then he stayed a long time with his daughter in Paris. That was quite something. I should have taken pictures of that. Anyway, he was... Thinle, the film is his film, in many ways. Usko Jiban, it was inspired from his life. Was inspired from his life, and many things. It's a feature film. Huh? It's not your documentary, your feature film. It's all written. So I was the god. I was the guy. But yeah, that's right. Yeah, I was the god, and it worked very well. I mean, Thinle is a chief of village, so he had. I mean, these people beside Thinle who had never seen a film. Unia ruletio cinemata tiaina, tio camera kepenita tiaina, kaileponi tio film eriko monseroina. Ani uniaru sangai, Thinle bato, lakpa gelzen bato, tio uniaru sangai, satigarera bishwaj banaera, amiarule yota film banayo, and a film which went all over the world, actually. The film was, I didn't know what I was doing, actually. I didn't know. Nobody knew what we were doing. But the incredible thing is that they believed in me. Yeah. I had a big mouth, I guess. And I remember having big fight with Thinle, sometime, and this and that. Why do you ask us to do it again, to shoot again? Because you were not good. I want to show really great guys, superhero guys. I don't want to show bad acting, And Itimro Jiban, it was there. It was an homage. It was an homage to their culture. You know what I mean? It was. So I wanted them to be great, to be beautiful, to be dignified, to be handsome, to be courageous. So Thinle understood it because he went all the way with me. Sure. I mean, in Dolpo, in the old days, when you had to walk 3 weeks from Dunaj to go to Charka and cross 2 times 5,500 meter pass, you break a leg, you are alone, you are eaten by the wolf. It's very simple. Many wolf, you make many wolf and snow leopard and things like that. Snow leopard are not dangerous, but wolf, if you are weak, they can. I mean, life was very fragile. Yeah, sure. I have to prostitute myself to make money. I have to. But the good thing is that when I do this kind of stuff, I am my own boss. They called me. Vuitton, but that was Vuitton, yeah. That was Vuitton. That was Hermès, Moët Chandon, I don't remember which one. Yeah, how do you call not Nespresso? Nespresso, yeah. Okay, so that's Hermès, no, that's Vuitton also. So they just said, écoute, Eric, we want to work with you. Do you have an idea? And Vuitton is something like 150 years old or something like that. So I said, can I go to your museum? So I went to their museum and to see all these old suitcases. And Louis Vuitton, everybody knows Louis Vuitton, Castelmonte. And then so I went to their museum and then I saw all these suitcases and chests and things like that. And I just thought, okay, why don't we travel nowadays the same way as they were traveling 100 years ago? The first explorers of Tibet, they had Louis Vuitton wooden suitcases on top of yaks, and they crossed the mountains to put notebook, raknelite. So I just thought, okay, let's make something 100 years ago. त्यो अर्को देखाइदिनुहोस् न त्यो अर्को पनि छ
एउटा कुरा भन्छु When I first see the picture, then I asked him,
Yeah.
Did you sleep over here?
Yeah, no, yeah, okay. So we were shooting in New Zealand. So unearulai baneko ernus. Tio paile jasto garon, but I need lot of money. They say yes. And then we flew to New Zealand. We were maybe, I don't know, 10 of us, I guess, something like that. Helicopters, everything we had. And it was fun. It was fun. So I just said, okay, in Paris we worked. I said, okay, why don't we make a cabin in the trees? Why don't we make like in the first traveler in the gold rush in Alaska, people traveling on lakes, on rafts? Why don't we make, I don't know, travel with dog, with sleds and things like that? They said, okay, let's go. So I went. And this is very similar to that, yeah.
Similar story.
This is actually, the raft was a picture that I saw from 1870 in Alaska. And the people who just went for the gold rush in Alaska, they were traveling like that. They had a tent, they had a fire, they had a sail, and they would live on these things, and they would go for weeks and weeks across Alaska and to get some. So I did that, and they liked it. So I was working with a special big format camera, and whenever there is a Louis Vuitton shop opening, lately, a few months back, they opened one in Italy, and they have this huge two-floor high, and something like, I don't know, 16 meters long. These pictures that you just saw, we can print them just okay. So we go back to Hermes. Okay, that's Hermes. So they called me and they said, well, we would like you to illustrate the beautiful things that they do, because Hermes is one of the most. They came from Brittany. Yeah, there are some yaks in Brittany. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Okay. So this one we were thinking to shoot in Nepal, but at the time there were election or something like that. Then they got scared, and it was in the spring, and there were a lot of snow in the Alps. So we got on the web. We got some 2 or 3 yaks. We got the yaks. We got the horses. And we went into the Alps to shoot it. It was not shot in Nepal, yeah. But it was the same thing, kind of, yeah. Yeah,
it is neck. Neck भनेको female yak हो है. Yakको female लाई चाहिँ neck भन्छ हैन. अनि इभन हाम्रो DDC ले पनि yakको चीज भनेर बेचिरहेछ है. त्यो अलि गडबड छ है त्यसमा चाहिँ.
Yeah, that's right. Janus?
Yeah,
okay.
Come along as I discover all the behind the scenes at Moet et Chandon.
So yeah, there is one thing is you were mentioning it because the job I do is kind of interesting because it breaks all borders. So I can be with Thinle and with Manilal, who are these incredible guys rooted in the earth and so in touch with nature and things like that. And you can meet the boss of Louis Vuitton, you can meet the king, you can meet Roger Federer, or I did not long ago, I did one ad with, what's his name? I forgot his name. So anyway, one thing with Adidas. The Adidas, the clothes, the sport clothes and things like that. So anyway, so you are a director. When you direct an ad, you are a director because you have to agree. It's like doing a feature film because you write a script before, you do a storyboard, and you work with people. We stayed 2 days with Federer, but and he's a very nice guy. Roger. But it's being a director, meaning you have a storyboard, you have a story, and then you have to follow it more or less. Not 100%, but you have to follow it. You have to follow it. As a documentary, it's different. You have to follow more or less the stream of the life of your character. The Hitchcock sentence is very interesting. You are God and And well, you'll have to teach me
Yeah.
afterwards. Yeah,
Yeah.
I have to write it down. Yeah.
Definitely.
So it's
Director itself is God.
yeah, yeah. So here it's being a director, but you have trouble with the art director, and it's complicated. You know,
Okay.
doing advertising
Yeah.
is complicated.